This team that I'm about to talk about, they had a 2-6 record at one time.
Yeah, it's true.
These guys were left for dead.
Yeah.
Lost their quarterback.
Matter of fact, the quarterback's he's done for they're not bringing him back. Fitzpatrick's having surgery.
Tough break.
Tough break. But here they are. This is we're talking about the football team. And the football team at 6-6 now have a 41% chance of making the playoffs. And this is something that they've really it's come really after their bye. And it's amazing because they've lost Chase Young for the season, and that was a win against the Bucs. They lost him. And Montez Sweat, those two guys had only played 12 snaps together during this 4-game winning streak. So it might be that the injuries that this team has suffered has galvanized them. And that's what a lot of people think. It's helped them to play better. And it seems to me that, it's been, a lot of it has to do though with their defense, even though they've had all those problems. This team, when they were in their bad run early in the season, they were really, really good on first and second down, believe it or not. And then they were one of the worst on third down. So what's happened is since then, so the 4-game winning streak, they went from like in weeks 1 through 7, they were 4th in the league on first and second down and 32nd in the league on third down.
Wow.
Through weeks 8 through 13, they're 29th on first and second down.
And third?
Fifth.
Say it. Fifth? Okay.
You guys ready to learn something about football?
Yeah.
Small sample sizes can get real wild.
Could get real wild. They've only given up only 17.4 points a game, and that's 5th best in the league. And, but like I said, they've done a really, really good job of playing much better on third down. They've gone from,
sounds like a lot of third and longs too.
Yeah, they've gone from a team that allowed almost 57% of the time on third down in the first 7 games, where the league average was right around 36%.
Oh my God, they were allowing
57% on third down. And so, and it's funny because teams face more plays on first and second down than they do on third down. But given that a stop on third down can end a drive or turn it into a touchdown to a field goal, third down performances, stuff like that, they were awful at it. But this team has been terrible. They had been terrible at getting off the field early. And now they've established, as one of the better third down defense. The Cowboys, as we've all talked about, have had their struggles on third down offense here as of late. So where does the rubber meet the road on this one?
The better team shows up and makes all of you guys feel way better about them after you've been scared for a while. You've been a little bit, what's the word there? You've had some traumas in your last month of Cowboys football.
November 7th it started, a day that will live in infamy.
Yes. And here on December the 7th, about a month removed, it's time for this team to realize, hey, guys, that team kind of feels good about themselves. Good news is we have the better football players. We're going to spank them. People are going to get to feel a little better about themselves. That's where the rubber meets the road.
Kind of feel like, though, that to me that if Dallas is one of those teams that was really, really good on first and second down for a while there, maybe this is one of those opportunities.
They were converting on second, right, and left.
Yeah, maybe this is the game where all of a sudden you do play better on first and second down against this defense and never get this thing to third down.
I would like to believe it. I think, though, this is a really good defense now. And what you're going to see is when you get to the playoffs, you're going to face really good defenses, and you're not going to have your way offensively. Like in that run early in the year, you were playing teams that were playing bad defense, so you get to average 34, 35 points per game. Reality is against top 5 defenses, you might only score 19 or 25. And because of that, you lost in 2014 and 2016 once you get to the playoffs, right? Because you didn't have the defense When your offense is getting its teeth kicked in or the other team's coming back, do you have a defense that can go out there and get a stop? And they didn't. So I think the Cowboys will win somewhat comfortably against the football team, but it'll be ugly because no matter how good your offense is, when you go up against a really good front, they're going to make it hard on you, right? Most of the time.
Right. And I think that's been the formula for how the football team has won these last 4. And they talk about this. When they do get the ball back, here's something that I brought it up earlier when we were discussing. It plays in slow slogs. They have an average of just 20 drives per game split between the two teams. So what they're only doing is they're only giving you 10 drives a game. They're not giving you any more of that. So it's 10 or less drives is what you're doing. So they're one of the slowest playing football teams. Actually, they're the second slowest playing football team in the league.
It sounds to me, and they're getting under 4 yards per carry. Heineke is an interesting prospect.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like they're kind of getting lucky on third down to keep these drives alive just enough to get to like 20 points and win a game.
Logan Thomas is a big part of it. I'm really looking forward to watching the tape and watching how they use Logan Thomas. And now with him being out and how they're going to use Gibson, we've talked about Terry McLaurin and how he could play. But they're also, Heineke's running the football. I know just watching some TV copies of games, he's taken off when pockets broken down, and converted a lot of third downs just with his legs. And he's not going to he's not going to get down or slide, or he's just going to run and try and run over people and stuff.
Hadn't been paid yet. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Reckless out there.
I'll show you, Coach. I love this game.
But another thing
willing to die out here.
Yeah, another thing that they've done better as protecting the football. And they've only turned over the ball once in each of its past 4 games. After 4 straight games with at least two takeaways. So, I mean, they control field position, and they have the 3rd best starting field position differential in football over this run, only behind the Patriots and the Colts. So those are 2 teams that play pretty good defense right there. So, but the thing about it is with the Patriots, with this team, again, it's going to be about their ability to. They're not going to play pretty football. They're gonna. I think in this game they're really gonna try and just, like we said, slow it down, muck it up a little bit, and try and play a little bit what Sean Payton and the New Orleans Saints did. Try and keep this thing within 10, or maybe like a 10-all game, 13-10 kind of game,
6-1,
6-1 if you have to do that. But I just kind of think that's their recipe to winning, and I think that's what they're going to have to do. And if Dallas. I was thinking if Dallas could find a way to make it tough on Heineke to have to play from behind and score a lot of points, that maybe that would be the way to do it. But it seems like to me that they've got pretty much a plan of how they want to try and play you.
Now, without their tight end, this is going to be – they have McLaurin, who's tough. But I do believe the Cowboys' defense is good enough to at least diminish the production of one good skill player.
Yeah.
You take Thomas out of there. I think it's going to come down to, can Washington run the ball? Ron's got to be looking at this and finding the games where the Cowboys were susceptible to the run and thinking, boys, we got a game plan here. We'll keep the possessions low, like you said. And if we can get to 3rd and short consistently, Heineke runs for a couple of first downs. If our defense has a banner day, maybe we could win another one with just 17 points.
Yeah, I think to me, I would almost guarantee you that the football team is going to try and run the ball in this game. I think that and what did they do last year? They kind of beat the Cowboys. I know last year and this year are different with the scheme and the coaches and some of the players and stuff, but that was a recipe last year for them.
They really outmuscled the boys last year.
Yeah, they did. They physically beat up on the Cowboys, and I wouldn't be surprised if, we'll see if, with Neville Gallimore, I got some news about him. I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit later and stuff in the show, but yeah, this could be a game where that they really just try and physically beat you up and see if you're good enough to stop them from doing it.
It's a good time for the Cowboys to be healthy, isn't it?
It is. It is.
As healthy as they have been at 877-881-1053-609. Cowboys will smoke them.
There you go.
Parsons and Gregory will dominate.
There you go. There's my guy.
We haven't seen it, and the idea of all of this coming together, it presents a very exciting opportunity for fans, I think, as far as getting stoked about your team.
So I think that is probably the general idea of how you look at this game is, what do you think of the last month of Cowboy football and all the reasons and all that? Because I guess to me, I don't believe that there's anything that's fundamentally broken. I believe they are. They've had different games. They haven't played well, and they've been in a funk, and they've had guys out. But I don't believe that anything is fundamentally broken on the team. And so I go into this weekend expecting, playing against an inferior opponent, that you beat them handily. That's what I'm expecting.
Real quickly, if I could ask you, though, route running or offensive line?
Offensive line is my biggest concern with the Cowboys, and especially considering Jerry Jones is making it sound like they're going to play 2 right tackles, which sounds real weird.
Yeah.
They should probably, that's my biggest long-term thing is pick your 5, play them, let them play together for, what are we at now?
5 more games.
weeks.
Yeah.
And then go play playoff football.
Yeah.
Because it does worry me that they don't know who their best right tackle is.
They don't.
That bothers me.
They don't.
And they don't know who their best left guard is. That bothers me.
Yep.
But I think you're better than Washington. I don't think they're that good, and so you go beat them.
Yeah, indeed. One way or the other, I think it gets it done. I'd love to have it be pretty, but hey, you can't be too choosy when it's down to this in a divisional game with 5 to go.
Yeah.